This article really depicted a separate point of view on cultures outside of the US. As we all understand, there are both similar attributes and differences between many of the cultures in the world. In this article, we can see one of the main ideas with the Nicarima tribe are their many rituals and ceremonies. One of the ceremonies in particular would be the mouth rituals, which would be performed by someone that goes by the name of Holy Mouth Man within the tribe. We see this as a simple health, like dental care, but the tribe looks at it as a ritual. It shows how in American culture we prioritize oral hygiene and want to always have straight and like white teeth in order to either impress others or just stay healthy in general. The tribe definitely shows how important it is to have dental care by putting almost punishment on those who neglect the ritual, which reflects how important dental hygiene is to our culture. The tribe also wants to refer to the medical facilities as temples. When they explained the people there, it was explained as the maidens being in special costumes, which were simply just the nurses. We can also see how the amount of money spent on these facilities were being mocked in the way in the story, with them being almost explained as rich gifts in order to be admitted inside this temple. We can also see a lot of how this story shows how harsh reality of the United States is and the state is in inside this culture and generation. Some things in our culture today can be seen as rituals. Things such as like weddings, for example, which brings forth many crowds and like separate families. It is a ceremony which involves many types of rituals alongside just the wedding itself. Exchanging in one's vows is a ritual, for example, like everybody does it every single wedding. Another form of ritual at a wedding is exchanging the rings from the bride to the groom. And another thing I found was the flower girls that also lay flower petals can be found in many separate weddings, from traditional or non-traditional. They lay them out before the groom and bride walks out. The last thing I would say would also be the ordained ministry. You want someone there to be able to marry the bride or groom. Traditionally, in a Christian worldview, many find these as being either a pastor or someone along inside the church that can marry them. They can be very diversifying, having two separate families brought together and to experience this almost like celebration of love to one another. Throughout history, weddings have changed to have the most beautiful and most expensive places booked compared to the opposite view, even allowing to get married. What some say is not traditional is getting married in Vegas on the strip. Many people choose not to have a ceremony and only legally get married in court, which is also unique, but is finding more common in this generation. In the past, in the past, in the past, they had many arranged marriages, only doing so to either extend their bloodlines or to keep a pure bloodline between the royal families. This is not the case in this generation or as moving forward, as we can see like in the British family. We can see that many, like, there are actors now inside the British family, which is not traditional from what it used to be almost like 100, 200 years ago. Some of the benefits of breaking traditional marriages are the diversity aspect of marriage now. And now we see more common of marriages being taken place between two others and two others of opposite genders, and now you can almost marry whoever you want. It shows that love now can come from many different forms, which is what I found in an article by Team K&M in 2023. Marriages are now more inclusive and provide us with no more traditional gender roles between just one man and one specific woman. And from like a US culture standpoint and this new generation, this is viewed as a positive thing as a whole, to be more inclusive. But some detriments to this are that the social media plays a massive part alongside these new types of weddings and this new generation, as many want a super flashy wedding to be super expensive and to not, and many of the traditions are copied or replayed over and over at different types of weddings, as many people find it attractive to have certain things or certain dances and certain traditions and, like I said, rituals at any specific wedding that they find on either TikTok or YouTube. Another detriment to this would be the constant change of families structures, as also in this generation it is common to find many separate adults with many kids getting remarried again with different families after, like I said, a divorce, and